Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, where our little tribe here is recovering from a bearyena attack. Fortunately, thanks to Kukirvan's quick thinking, nothing ill came of it, but I think everyone's pretty shaken. Kukirvan and Domino had gone off on a quest way over where they did find a healing fruit, but it meant that they left Kukirvan's little cousin Kukudon back by this tree alone, where he was then very nearly attacked by a bearyena. And I think Kukirvan really feels bad about that. I also want to thank everybody in the supporter Discord who sent in names. We have a few ones that were sent in and a few that I added, and we'll potentially have more depending on if anybody else sends them in. So if you want to get in on that, anybody who's a member of the Patreon, the YouTube channel memberships, or a Twitch sub has the option to do that, and we'll keep fleshing out that name list and see what any new friends we make end up being called. It's just the niche random name generator, so it is totally random which ones get drawn, but anybody who sends those in has a chance of having them picked. But these guys are still really tired from the events of the last episode, so I think we're gonna go ahead, we'll let them sleep, we'll start a new day, and see what challenges it might bring. Fortunately, no new beryenas, and in fact, it has brought in an acorn that Kukudon can collect. Now, I think Kukirvan is very done adventuring. He's gonna clear out some of this grass around here so that we have a better ability to see, and I think Domino might actually keep a lookout and not gather from the cactus. That will hurt us, I'm pretty sure. But Kukirvan, he feels kind of guilty. Hello? Wait a minute. He feels kind of guilty for having left his cousin here alone, but I see somebody new lurking here. This is Anna. Oh my goodness. Is she actually melanistic? Hold on. Or just a black coat? I think that's just a black coat. No, not melanism. She does carry inactive albinism, though, which is interesting. So Anna is one of the new names you guys did send in. We've just used up all of our energy, but we certainly have plenty of food. Let's start a new day here, and then... Oh, that's the peaceful bear. I think Domino will actually hop over here and say hello. You're an interesting little one. She does have a deformed paw, short-sighted eyes, and the derp snout. But I think, you know, I think Domino's pretty friendly. It's about time we had a new face around here. She's also 60 days old, which I believe makes her, well, maybe not a huge amount older. These guys are 50, and even Domino herself is 34, so she's kind of closer in age to the cousins over here. I think we will lead her back over this way, though, and introduce her to everyone, have her gather some grass along the way. These guys can get a good sniff and say hello, and I think Kukudon is still very dedicated to his job of gathering the acorns here, and I think Kukirvan would say hello as well. He's busy not removing everywhere. After all, this grass was probably what saved Kukudon, but clearing out some of it so that we have better visibility as well as places to hide. Now, Domino, I think, she's definitely curious about Anna's arrival, and I think, I'm not sure where Anna's gonna set up just yet. I think she might meander over here and gather some berries. That said, we don't necessarily need a lot of them. But I think Domino might go venturing around and exploring some of the areas around here, because we haven't really covered very much of the island. There's still a lot of it we haven't even seen. Ooh, I didn't notice this, but we have a port to the Oasis Island over here as well. Oasis, this is just one of the lesser grassland islands, I think. And the other port is just... Oh, this is Burning Savannah. I think... No, this might actually just be a normal savanna. I'm not sure. Does the Burning Savannah one have some bones on it? I know it's not the Killer Island, but that's either a Burning Savannah or a normal Savannah. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a Burning Savannah. I don't think these guys are quite ready yet to leave this island, though. It's just good to know what's around, and I think Domino would like to go find those, those ports as well, see what other options they have in case they ever feel the need to leave. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good, Domino. You'd better move. Maybe you should hop back over here. I think she'd actually probably call to Inna to run. Maybe she'll even invite Inna to go exploring with her. But I'm not sure, because Inna has been wandering this island. Who knows what she might be aware of as well. But I don't think Domino wants to be anywhere near those buzzing insects. They kind of freaked her out. That said, despite being technically a scout, I'm not sure Kukirvan would actually want to go with her. I'm sure she would invite him, but after what happened with the bearyena, I think he's going to be more keen on staying back with Kukudon and protecting his cousin. These two were clearly traveling together, and I think he'd feel pretty awful if any harm actually had come to Kukudon. Even the thought of it has him very unsettled. Oh, there's a berry bush down here. That's interesting. All right. We'll clear that out. It's good to know that's there. Now, it is under a coconut tree. We have to be kind of careful. I don't know if these guys have ever experienced one, but those coconuts can knock you out. But I think... Are those insects gone? It looks like it. Let's see if we're able to make our way over here. Oh. How intriguing. There's a berry bush here. But it's... Oh, no! Oh, those insects might get to Domino. No, I didn't know they were still here. I didn't hear them. But what I was gonna say is... I wonder if that berry bush, it looks like it was cleaned out by something or someone. Do we smell anything in the vicinity? Oh, we do. Hello? Who is that? No! Oh, in her efforts to see what was going on, Domino did get bitten and get sleeping sickness. However, she's found Donroku here, who seems to have been wandering around for a while, apparently. He is an older nicheling. He is 88 days old. He is completely infertile by the look of it. He's got some interesting traits too. He also has that spike body and that claw. Wait a second. Are you connected to our cousins over here? You all have that derp snout, and you have the claw and the spiky body. Are you in even the spots? Wait a second. I think let's call Inna over here. This guy is gathering his food. Are you? Do you know them? Donroku. Are you from their tribe? I think we better see if we can bring you back to them, but we can't travel very far because Domino isn't feeling very good right now. I hope she'll recover. It doesn't say how long it has left, but hopefully it won't take her too long to recover from her sleeping sickness. Meanwhile, I think Kukirvan's gonna hop over here. Ooh, we can actually hunt. He doesn't want to get too far away, but he'd like to clear out a bit of this island here and just see what we can find. No beryenas, but Domino's energy really hasn't come back. I think Inna is going to kind of look out for her here as she is gathering from that, and we'll have Donroku start to clear out some of the grass on his way. We also want to make sure Kukirvan snatches up that meat, and we'll have him gather a little bit before starting to head back. I don't want to leave him by the water, though, because we don't want him to get leeches. Kukudon can continue gathering from his tree here. He's pretty contented with that, I think. He seems the sort to love a peaceful life, and he's been doing a very good job making sure our little tribe here has enough food. Oh, and Domino. Oh, I think she has her covered. Okay, it looked for a second like she hadn't. But let's have you snatch up some of those berries on the way. Inna, you can do the same, and then hop down here and possibly gather a little bit more. And Domino, why don't you scout around as you introduce Donroku to the cousins here? I wonder, do you guys know each other? Is this a friend? Maybe even one of your fathers? They are cousins, although it's hard to tell which traits they have more of. I'm guessing, if anyone, probably Donroku is Kukudon's father, because he's got both the spots and the spiky body. Although he does have that, he has that bird beak as well. Oh my goodness. And the antlers? No, neither one of you has them. You've all got different ones. Very interesting traits turning up here. That is for sure. Oh, but they both do have F immunity. And you do not. Well, you've got the D immunity. Never mind. I was going to say that might be the deciding factor. But I'm going to go with the idea that Donroku is probably Kukudon's father here. Because they seem just that extra bit more similar. They do actually share the beige fur as well. They've got some differences. Meanwhile, Kukirvan has moss brown and black. So I'm guessing this is Kukudon's father here who's turned up. Well, it's good to see you around, sir. I wonder if your presence makes Kukirvan feel a bit more guilty, though. Donroku doesn't know what happened, or what nearly happened. I think maybe Kukudon would tell him about the bearyena, but not necessarily putting a lot of emphasis on the idea that Kukirvan had wandered away. I don't think Kukudon was as bothered by it as Kukirvan has been, thinking that if he hadn't been there, things could have gone a lot worse. Oh, I'm not sure he really knows how to tell his uncle that he perceivedly failed in his duties. Now, as these guys talk and catch up, I wonder what did bring Donroku here. I hope that's not bad news for their tribe. But as they all catch up here, I think things keep happening to Domino and Inna as they try to set out, but I think Domino is still determined. She's gonna veer a little bit further from the swamps here and start clearing a path. There's actually a little lake up here and some more jungle. But I think she's gonna try to head over this way, maybe cross the river and see if she can make her way over to those ports. Even though he is a scout, I still don't think Kukirvan is ready to go with, though. He definitely does have his strength as a solid asset. Oh my goodness, and Donroku has 4 strength. Goodness gracious, boy, where are you getting all this from? I guess he's got the claw. Is the spike body? Oh, that gives you 2 strength. Oh, I guess I never noticed it from Kukudon because he's not much of a fighter, but okay, he's not quite so defenseless as he may have seemed at first, then, even if he doesn't like fighting. But I think Kukirvan would still be a little too anxious to leave his cousin, even with his uncle there now to help protect everybody. I think Domino may not quite understand that, but she's pretty intrepid. She's not going to be deterred, even if it means that she and Inna end up venturing out by themselves. Well, these two have made it to the river, it would seem. I hope you're able to... Yes, you're still able to jump out there. Okay, that wasn't too hard to cross. We do need to make sure we're clearing enough tiles to leave a little path because, oh, I think most of these are regrowing grass. Uh-oh, that's not the best. That's gonna make it harder to find our way back. Hopefully these two don't get lost out here. It does look like there's some rabbles wandering around as well. Meanwhile, these guys are all set up over here. talking at the foot of the tree. And I don't know what it is that prompted Don Roku to leave his tribe, but I definitely think he would be curious about. Was that you? Oh my goodness, no, no. All right, let's de-leechify your son. And I think you would definitely be curious about why the bold Kukirvan is being so much more cautious than normal. It's a little bit out of character. Oh, and there is a crabbit here too. That's might be a task for our two clawed creatures to take on. If they work together, they might just be able to bring it down. Uh-oh, these guys are getting attacked by the insects again. Oh, Domino does not want to get sick. I think she would want to run very far away. We'll clear out some of this area. Oh, and there is a stump we can catch a nice look at. Is there anything we notice? It doesn't seem like it, although these two have gotten quite far away from the rest of the group. These guys, meanwhile, I think are all gonna kind of work together. Let's actually have you hop over here so that we've got a little bit more, oh! Wow, between the two of them, that was not hard. But yeah, so we've got a little bit more ability to take it on. They're holding the food pretty steady here as well, so that's good to see. They're managing all right, and maybe a little uncle-nephew bonding time is starting to lift Kukirvan's spirits. And after seeing how strong Don Roku is, maybe he's feeling a little bit better about the idea of continuing to try and serve as a scout and follow after the girls here, because neither one of them has the most strength if things go wrong. Well, I think Kukirvan is going to bid farewell to the others here and set out into the wilderness. He can't see very far on his own. He does actually have short-sighted eyes, doesn't he? He does, and secondary blind eyes, wow. But he's gonna make his way over carefully, maybe a little bit slowly, to try and make sure that these guys are gonna be alright, especially with the grass starting to grow up over the path that they took. Let's hope he's able to find it before these two get into trouble. Oh, there is a stag mole there though, and Domino's getting a bit of a taste of hunting. They're managing all right so far, these two. I think Domino's probably taking this time to get to know the newcomer. She's quite an outgoing and friendly soul. And even though Inna's a bit older, and I think Domino's probably curious about what exactly her life has been up until this point. Clearly she's been wandering alone for a while now, and I think Domino's curious what brought her to that point and what she may have encountered out there in the woods. Ooh, these two have stumbled on some interesting things. A permanent nest and a toxic berry bush. That's interesting. I don't think these guys have encountered one of those before. We don't have the venom, it's not venom, what is it called? The poison fangs. We don't have that on any of our creatures. And I think Domino can probably smell that something's not quite right here. But it is interesting to know that we have a berry bush of a variety around here if we ever need it, or we find someone who can make use of it, that is. Oh, interesting things are occurring here. Kukirvan has encountered Azri. We have creatures hopping out of the woodwork at us here. He's not got the energy to interact with him much, though, and I have a feeling that Azri, despite his little digging paw here, he might be a bit of a thief. We'll have to see. Domino's gonna gather up some of these berries. Oh, perhaps he won't be. He seems to be leaving this alone. Oh, and this is a little bit blocked off. Let's just clear our way through. Yes, this has gotten us up to the ports over here. These guys can continue to gather here. Are you gonna think about stealing that? No, it doesn't seem so, actually. Okay. Interesting. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hold on. There's a lot of things that I've just noticed. So, first things first, it appears that a bearyena has been drawn to the smell of this meat here. I think that Kukirvan is going to grab it and start to dive into the grass here, hopefully whispering a warning to Asri as well. I hope he's hidden well enough. Secondly, these guys have met with something interesting over here. This is one of those carnivorous plants. I didn't even realize we had a single jungle tile hidden beneath this tree. Very interesting. I think Domino is starting to feel ready to head back, but she's a little curious. She and Anna both. I don't know that Anna would have ever experienced something like this. They have found that this is a source of food. Oh, and there's a healing fruit right by it. Wow, well, that's a bit of a paradox. Not normally what you see. I wonder if this carnivorous plant has flourished here specifically because of that. Creatures come to get the healing fruit and find themselves made into a meal. But these guys, I don't think, have enough experience with this plant to know anything's wrong with it. So I think they're going to investigate the food source and then probably clear a path to that healing fruit there. Now that Domino has an idea, those might be useful. Meanwhile, down here, these guys are still unaware of the bearyena, so they're just going to kind of hang out. And I guess we have cleared out more of this grass around the tree than I was hoping to. Some of it will regrow, but it does make for good visibility for now, at least. What? Wait a second. Who's taking damage? Who's taking damage? Did Asri go near the bearyena? Hold on. Oh no! Oh, is that Asri up there? Oh my goodness, it is! Oh, and he's bleeding because of his hemophilia. I think... Oh, the poor guy. He's pretty young too, only 41 days. I think Kukirvan feels bad for him. He's going to offer him to join. We certainly have enough food, and then I think he would tell Asri to run and go get help from the tribe, kind of give him a brief direction here, point him back to the duo over here who still have no idea that anything's happening. Oh boy, when Kukirvan set out after them, he had no idea he was going to be the one in danger, and unfortunately, I think he's probably in range of the beryena's attack. Now, we have enough food that I think Domino is starting to feel like, okay, we probably should go back to the tribe, so let's just clear this out. The healing fruit isn't super useful on its own, so I don't think we're going to worry too much about gathering it, but we'll start to kind of blaze a trail back to the rest of the tribe here. Oh, it seems the bearyena has left us alone miraculously. Okay. Kukirvan would, I think, call Asri back to him now, because Asri is bleeding, and I think he wants to help. He's thankful that Asri didn't try to steal from him, but these guys have come up along the edge of the riverbank. They're gonna have to cross it the next time, but I think now Kukirvan is really worried about leaving the girls out there alone. He doesn't want to turn back, and after being helped by Kukirvan, I think Asri wouldn't want to leave him just yet. Everybody back here is still okay. I think they're far enough away that he's not overly concerned, especially with Don Roku being here and able to help defend. So I think he's gonna worry more about trying to find the girls because they could be walking straight into a bearyena, and they kind of are, with Inna gathering one last time from the carnivorous plant that they've not yet figured out is carnivorous. These two are gonna continue working on making their way back, and I think clear some grass along the way because they definitely want to remember that there's another healing fruit over here if they ever need it. Okay, the beryena's heading down that way. That leaves space for these guys to cross the river, and cross it they will need to. Let's clear out this grass, and I think the girls are pretty close to finding them again here. Yes, they can actually see each other. I think Domino's pretty surprised to see a newcomer here, and especially an injured one at that. But she's certainly not she's certainly not averse to meeting new folks, and I think she would quickly probably call out to Asri because they did just find this healing fruit, and after the damage he took, it might be a good boon for him. Alright, the bearyena has disappeared entirely, but I definitely think Kukirvan would still bring a serious warning about it. They do not want to be messing around with this. However, I think Kukirvan can actually kill this stagmole here. We'll have Inna help him gather the meat. We'll Domino escort Asri, who does have the digger paw, though he's not really gotten the chance to show it off yet, back to this healing fruit. She definitely wants to make sure Asri is able to recover. We'll also clear out this nest. Man, that's a heck of a spot for a nest. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think she'll escort him over here so that he can gather from that on the next turn. He does need to rest up first, but this should be able to heal him from his injury, I hope. Oh no! Is that the bearyena that attacked earlier? Oh gosh. Oh, Kukirvan, you're gonna have to help them. Alright, Inna, why don't you clear the way? He can't see far enough to get over there, and he is gonna throw himself into this fight with reckless abandon. I think this time he's here in time, and he's not gonna turn back. Now, the problem is, this bearyena is not down yet, but I think Domino will jump in, and oh no, it wasn't quite enough. Oh no. It's so close. It has 2 days left of damage. Oh. I think Asri would temporarily sacrifice his chance to get that healing fruit. After all, these folks did help him. They have helped him escape the other bearyena, or possibly the same one. I don't know if there's another one lurking around in the woods over here. So it's the least he can do to help them in return. And I think that, probably in everyone's eyes, kind of cements him as a member of the tribe. Domino certainly is very relieved, because she thought she'd be able to take it down, and it turns out, even with her strength from her antlers and her medium body, it wasn't quite enough. Oh, I was gonna say, over here, nobody's really having problems, but we are having a few. Let's gather this, and then I think Don Roku probably knows enough to know we should steer clear of those insects. I guess they must have come over from the swamp there. They're gonna cause us some grief, though, if we're not careful. So let's make sure, though, on the next day, that Asri here should be able to step over, eat that healing fruit, and then finally, the group that now encompasses most of the tribe can start making their way back. I think it'll be faster with everybody here, though, because we'll certainly be able to get a better vantage. And, oh, we need to not be up on this stump for very long, though, because there are insects around. And let's make sure that Inna clears out some of this grass too, just so that we've got, well, I guess that didn't really do much long term because it was regrowing grass, but just to make this path a little bit more visible. Are you guys safe from the insects yet? Let's have Don Roku check. I don't notice anything. I think we're all right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're fine. They'll be all right. Oh, those insects are still here. We need to move. I'm just sniffing and listening because I don't think we've got a bearyena around right now, but we do need to have everybody start swimming across. Oh, there is a bearyena around. All right, we got to be careful. But I think Inna should swim first, kind of clear the way, make sure that Asri is able to also get across. He has a little bit of extra swimming, actually, because of his swimming tail, it looks like. Now, Kukirvan, you're going to have to jump across as well. You could go fishing, but there's not really much time for it now. And finally, Domino can escape to the other side, too. I think we'll be fine. Those insects shouldn't be able to reach us. And these guys will be able to make their way home, hopefully before too much longer. Well, after what turned out to be quite an adventure, the tribe is once again reunited, and I think we can introduce Asri to the group here. We'll let Domino gather a few just before that rabble can get to them. Actually, Kukirvan might pounce on it. And I think Inna will assist him here in gathering it up. I think Domino, too, will come and help with the introductions here. The little tribe is growing. We have doubled in size since the last time. And Kukudon, I think, would probably show that... That was probably just a rabble. I think Kukudon and Donroku would show them something they've been puzzling over here. There is actually a root that they've been trying unsuccessfully to dig up, and I think Asri might be able to shed a little light on that situation. Now, with that said, I think this little group is quite tired from their adventures. They've been through a lot today. We found old family, we found some new friends, and after quite a huge adventure with a bearyena still lurking somewhere over here where hopefully it will not bother us ever, I think these guys are very ready to settle down and get some rest. So we'll go ahead and leave this off here for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.